Hey folks, so from yesterday's video, you'll probably start to be understanding the importance of retargeting visitors that have been to your site based on different criteria. So whether they have just visited your website, whether they've added to cart, whether they have interacted with specific products. So this creates a really powerful way of targeting people with the correct message based on exactly where they are in your sales process. So this is that in action at the moment. We've got a retargeting campaign going on here, which is specifically for website views, and as you can see, it's working out really nicely for us with a £6 per purchase result rate, which is really good, especially for this time of year when it's coming up to Christmas. So to put in place campaigns like this, what we need is custom audiences. So I'm just going to show you quickly how to create a custom audience. So if you head up to the top left, up to your menu here, and nip over to audiences, then this is going to list out your custom and saved and lookalike audiences. So these are all your audience assets, as they're referred to. If you've not created any audiences yet, obviously this will be blank. So what you want to do is head over to create audience here, and for creating an audience based on our pixel data, so this is the pixel that we installed on the website a couple of days ago, we just click on custom audience, and this is going to give us various options to build audiences based on activity. So a customer file, so we can upload a list of customers existing within our business that we maybe want to retarget to, or maybe a list of prospects that we've got on an email list, so that's really useful. We've also got website traffic, which we will be looking at in just a second. App activity probably isn't going to apply to many people in this group, but relatively self-explanatory. Offline activity, again, we're mostly running online stores in this group. Engagement is another really interesting one, which we'll come back to in a second, which is people who have actually engaged with your content. That's posts, images, videos, ads on Facebook or Instagram. So first off, we're just going to head into website traffic, and then we've got options based on what our pixel has picked up. So you select your pixel here if it's not already selected, and then we can select from the drop down menu different criteria. So all website visitors is going to build an audience of anyone that's been onto our website. People who visited a specific page, relatively self-explanatory. Visitors by time spent, again, relatively self-explanatory. And then people who've actually made a purchase, which will come in useful down the line, not just for retargeting, but also for creating engagement from customers who have purchased on your existing ads to new prospects for a bit of social proof. So for the time being, we're just going to create audiences of all website visitors. And now we have the option to narrow down by the amount of days in which they've actually visited the website. It's a really powerful option to set up a bunch of different audiences based on, say, 5 days, maybe 20 days, and a month or more. This is going to depend entirely on how your sales process looks and how long your funnel is, and that can be impacted by many things, including the price of your product, how much of a decision needs to be made, how long the kind of decision process is in the buying process or the sales process. The advantage of creating a few different length audiences is that you can again tailor that message based on how recently they've been at the site. So for example, somebody who's been to your site within 2 days is what we'd refer to as a very hot lead. So your product or service is very fresh in their mind, and it's going to be probably a lot easier to get them to come back and make a sale. Whereas somebody who's not been in 30 days or 60 days, maybe you're having to adjust your message slightly to get them back to the website and remind them of who you are. So once you've set your criteria, you're just going to name your audience and click create audience, and then that will drop it into your audience assets back here. So just to quickly take a look at a few other options, nipping down here to engagement, then we have various options. So we can create lists of people who have watched a certain amount of your video, people who have interacted with your page on Facebook, or interacted with your business account on Instagram. So loads of different options here. I'm not going to drill down into every single one in detail, but just take a spin through and think about within your sales strategy and your Facebook ad strategy, which of these would be useful to create that marketing funnel which gently takes people down from brand awareness to retargeting and nurturing, and eventually down to making a sale with a conversion campaign.